Should we go to some Nerd News Network?
Yes, some of the weekly news.
It's a small but boisterous list this week.
Mm.
So we're going to start off with something I left off your list because I forgot about.
Oh,
On March 1st, Morbius is coming to Disney Plus.
sorry, who?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Apparently,
wait. Has that not been out?
Morbius is better than Madam Web.
Wait, if that's coming to Disney Plus, are they going to put it in the MCU timeline?
If they do, I'm suing. I don't know who, but someone. Right. Borderlands trailer.
Yes,
Did you watch it?
I have. I haven't actually properly played the Borderlands games.
Never.
No.
So, are you ready for my experience with Borderlands?
Go on.
I booked a week off work before the pandemic because I needed a break. I then got bored and downloaded for free Borderlands 2 and played some of it and really liked it. As Borderlands 3 came out.
Right.
And I was like, well, this is newer, shinier, AAA era. So I'm going to buy that now that I know I like the concept. And in my week off, bearing in mind that this was already a day and a half later, before I started work the next week, I had 120 hours in Borderlands 3. I shit you not, for that entire week, it was get up, normal work time, play Borderlands till 11 o'clock at night, go to bed.
Fair.
The Borderlands game are comedy. I have a lot of time for them. The film does not look good. But there was one shining beacon of hope in the trailer for me.
Is it Claptrap?
Jack Blacker's Claptrap is inspired casting. If they manage to get the vibe of D&D Honor Among Thieves, this film can be good. If they get that vibe of characters bouncing off of each other, their goal isn't to save the universe, they just accidentally end up in a position where they kind of have to.
Yep.
Perfect.
And they lay enough references, but don't go too crazy at being like, hey, look, we're based off a game.
Don't take themselves too seriously, but give us some cool action. It can work. My main concern is the cost is very expensive.
Yeah. And this was also... I swear this was filmed ages ago.
I actually don't know.
It feels like, or at least they started filming it. I think maybe lockdown stuff messed it up. But I swear there was like, I saw things of Kevin Hart like ages ago and he was on set. But I could just like, this could be poor like memory of time.
I'm trying to see when it was announced. No, that's far too recent. It was definitely announced before that. Oh, because of the trailer coming out, all the news is just blocked out. I don't think it's been held onto for that long. I think they announced they were working on the project for it a while ago, but I think it just spent a long time in pre-production.
Oh, possibly.
It
looks interesting.
I imagine an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay. But I need it to feel like D&D Honor Among Thieves, just in Borderlands. And if it does that, it'll probably be a decent film. I think that's the genre of film I want from these kinds of projects now, though. Give me 5 characters who are forced upon each other. They are trying to do a very minor thing, and then they accidentally have to deal with something bigger. Like, I'm down.
The only thing I've seen is there's what people reckon in the trailer is a hidden reference to Tiny Tina's game. Because there's a bit when she flips, she's doing like a cartwheel towards like a TNT box. and there's like a board game set up with like trees and stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's her playing Tiny Tina."
Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah.
Which is essentially D&D, but with
Yeah.
Borderlands guns in it, which is why I hope they kind of hit that vibe.
Fingers crossed. I also like, though, that we now potentially could put together a Jack Black gaming cinematic universe.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only thing keeping me alive.
He's also going to be in the Minecraft film.
Yeah. Only thing keeping me alive right now is Jack Black's gaming universe, to be completely honest.
I love it.
The Acolyte Star Wars show.
Mm.
We were hoping and hollering and whooping and praying that we were going to get a trailer for this
We
at the
were.
Super Bowl. And now that we know the release date, I'm really surprised we didn't get one. Because that's like the perfect time frame.
Yes. I wonder if, because it's now all under Disney and they were doing the Deadpool trailer,
Maybe.
they focused on the one thing.
But The Acolyte premieres on Disney Plus June 5th.
I would expect us to get some sort of teaser maybe next month.
Yeah, we've got to get something soon. There's no way, with how excitable fans are about this project, they just end up throwing it out there with no marketing. Like,
considering
surely not.
When Bad Batch finishes, maybe something just after to then be like, here's what's coming next. Let's keep you interested.
Maybe.
Who knows?
The Boys.
Yes, season 4.
Season 4 premieres on June 13th. And
what
just like that, we were so worried about this year.
We were a little bit, yeah.
It's just not superhero films every month.
June's going to be stacked.
Yeah. It's going to be absolute chaos. The Boys season 4 and The Acolyte. We've used this word a few times already. It could be peak. But as good as it gets, we've also got some bad news, concerning news.
Yeah. Interesting.
Joker 2 has reportedly operated on a budget of 200 million. Compared to the first film, which only cost 60 million. This puts the Joker 2 in the same price bracket as Black Panther, Spider-Man No Way Home, Rogue One, and films of that caliber. Here's the problem.
Okay.
Films aren't making as much money as they used to.
No.
And when I say used to, I don't even mean 10 years ago. I mean 2 years ago. The Joker, first one, made just shy of $1 billion. It didn't quite break $1 billion, did it? I can never remember.
I don't know.
Oh no, it did. It broke $1 billion.
Right.
The only R-rated movie ever to break $1 billion, and it did it on a $60 million budget.
I think they've got overconfident.
That's the kind of film that funds a lot of projects.
Yes, this is true.
When Warner Bros. Have had a number of flops in the last few years, and after this, they're not releasing anything with as much banking potential until Superman Legacy. Why are you spending $200 million on a project that realistically might cap out at 600?
Yeah, I mean, that's a rough... It might not go well for them here.
Yeah. 600 million on a budget of 200 million versus 60 million is a big difference. I know you can all do math. 140 million can fund, I don't know, a Batman Beyond trilogy.
Warner Bros., spend your money properly.
Like, I don't understand what we're doing. I get people have spent $200 million on a film. And what we've said, especially in the last 2.5 years, you don't need to spend $200 million on a film. With the market the way it is, it makes no sense. And you can do a lot more with a lot less. why we do it, especially for an R-rated film which has limited earning potential. Yes, I get the first Joker film grossed $1 billion. Even if this film is as good, it will not gross $1 billion. Films aren't grossing $1 billion anymore.
No, I think they've got overconfident with the first one, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make bank because it's the second one," and it's not gonna hit the same.
Like, there is no way on God's green earth this film is going to be good enough to warrant 200 million.
No, it's not.
Especially when they've clearly tried to be so creative with it in what they're doing.
I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong. Like, this is still way over, but I wonder if is that also taking into consideration marketing?
No, because they never make marketing public.
Could that include
marketing? As a general rule of thumb, based on what I've seen and read,
never does.
A lot of places will spend however much they spent on the film on marketing.
I hope they don't.
By the sounds of it, now I don't know if that's like for like your more moderate films where the budget is like 60 to 140 million, and then they spend another 60 to 140 million. But that seems to be where we're at. It's bad business. Because even if this film
it's not going to help
$1 billion,
DC.
Yeah, I don't think spending the extra 140 million is going to bring in more than an extra 140 million.
No, and I think considering DC's in this, like you said, this quiet period, I don't feel like this is a smart to have given this much.
If they were to spend even 100 million on this, which is a big upgrade from the 60 million of the first film, and they make 600 million, that's 500 million in profit, which can go on to funding a lot of films. Now they're spending 200 million, and if it only makes 600 million or 500 million, it could do even worse than that. You're struggling.
Yeah, it's just like, had it been something that was going to have loads of CGI and what that, and I would be like, okay, they're actually spending on the VFX and it's going to look good, but like, we know it's not that sort of film.
No.
Yeah, it's a bold play by them, which I don't think is really going to pay off, which is a shame.
I think it's still going to be a good film, but
yeah,
it's one of them ones of if you. I mean, maybe we should do this segment at some point where we get given $1 billion to choose what films we want to make. I guarantee you're not spending $200 million on this film.
I'll spend $1 billion on a Batman Beyond animated.
Animated universe go brrr.
I'll make it like an anime series.
And then in news that's not massively surprising but a little disappointing, Avengers 5 will no longer be titled Kang Dynasty, adding additional fuel to the fire that Marvel are moving away from Kang in light of the firing of Jonathan Majors, which is not what we wanted. Just to be clear, we wanted them to get rid of Jonathan Majors after he was found guilty. We didn't want them to move away from Kang, just recast him. I feel like that is not going to help the whole idea of Marvel doesn't feel as coherent anymore.
I think, depending what happens in Deadpool, will give us the indication of where we're going. I think that and the Fantastic Four film.
Yeah, we'll
know if we're still going towards Kang or not.
Yeah, we're going to need to cook real quick here. Because otherwise it could get quite messy. And I just don't know if they have my inherent trust that they had 3 or 4 years ago. Not because the quality's gone to absolute garbage. I don't think it has. But I feel like the internal panic has shone through at times. And I'm not as confident that they're as confident as they used to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just I don't know. It could be a rough one.
It could, unfortunately.